Bet horse racing on DRF Bets. We'll match your first deposit up to $250. Get free expert picks and past performances, plus weekly cash back, all from Daily Racing Form, the most trusted name in horse racing. Let's take a look at our top selections for Dan Illman, Mike Buer, Calbreds take center stage in the feature race at Santa Anita on Sunday. Let's swap the field for race number 7. It's the Fran's Valentine for fillies and mares going a mile on the turf. Warren's Showtime is your deserving favorite, Mike, 6-5 on the morning line, dropping out of a couple of grade 2 placings going this distance. She's the class of the field, and she should get the right pace set up.
Yeah, she certainly looks good in this race from a lot of different angles, Dan, not the least of which is just a little bit of class relief, which she probably needs.
We have 2 stretch-out sprinters that might make this pace solid to fast. Let's throw up the Timeform U.S. pace projector. Legs Galore is very fast from the inside. Lofty, the number 3, also stretching out in distance. I think they're not going to rate Legs Galore. I think they're going to take advantage of the rail and send her right to the front.
I don't see why they wouldn't, Dan. I mean, she's a real question mark stretching out for the first time, but speed is her weapon. They got to use it from the inside post. I suppose the same could be said for Lofty, though. They're stretching her out for the first time, and she wants to go.
Legs Galore won the Irish O'Brien 2 starts back when she was able to clear out to an easy and uncontested lead going 6 furlongs. Last time out in the misdirection, they tried Open Company. She didn't get out of the gate as well. It was a very fast pace, and she tired. I'm willing to excuse the last race, but I'm not sure how good that 93 buyer looks considering the trip she got in the Irish O'Brien.
Yeah, I mean, her Irish O'Brien, she was certainly sharp in that race, Dan. I mean, she was the speed of that race, and she had no trouble clearing off. But she, was moving right along up there, ran that field right off their feet, and kept going through the stretch. I thought she was pretty impressive last time. I don't know what to say. She didn't run great in there, but she, for the first time in her life, really, they beat her to the lead, and their 2 horses sent up the inside and outran this horse to the front. And I think it worked against her.
If the pace is fast, perhaps Christie's Tiger will come running. She's won at this distance on dirt. They switched her to turf last time out, going 6.5. And let's watch the stretch kick Christie's Tiger put together. There was a big pace in front of her in this race. She still has a lot to do, though, with 3/16 of a mile to run, and she runs right on by him.
Yeah, it comes with a pretty good finish in this race. I mean, I suppose they'll just ride her the same way, right, Dan? I mean, they took a good hold of her early in this race to sit back and last, and they kept her on the outside all the way. Also, never tried to save any ground with her and let her fire down the outside. I guess they got to try that here.
Lofty makes her second start off of a lengthy layoff. 2 starts back, her final start as a 3-year-old. She was odds on against Lighthouse, who was a pretty good turf sprinter. Came out of that race to be stakes placed in Southern California, then won a turf sprint at Kentucky Downs. Now, Lofty went to the sidelines. She came back going 3/4 of a mile in this race. She showed speed. Let's watch Lofty's race. She went right to the front, but she's beaten here at about the quarter pole. She's going to hold on for third. I think this race will set her up nicely from a fitness standpoint. Distance is a bit of a question, but it's worth noting she's a full sister to Camino del Paraiso, who earned about $500,000 in California going middle distances like this.
Yeah, it's interesting because she has a lot of speed, but she does have the pedigree to stretch out. So I think it's very interesting that she stretches out here with a prep race now under her belt. And I will look at that last race as a little bit of a prep off of a long layoff. This horse, she showed some real ability last year as a 3-year-old.
Bellavita, I think, is a very dangerous contender at what could be a nice price because she has the tactical speed. I'm not too worried about her stretching out in distance. And last time she ran against Legs Galore on the turf, that was just a race that Legs Galore controlled. Bellavita tried to chase her all the way into the stretch, and she never quit. She might get a better setup this time around.
Yeah, I thought all those things were true, too. I mean, she was really no threat to Legs Galore 2 back, but she didn't run poorly at all in that race. Just sort of got run off her feet early, kept trying to the end. I thought that was a perfectly good performance second off the layoff. She was no match for Warren Showtime the last time they met in the China Dow, but Warren Showtime had a big advantage on this horse at that point. She was already a multiple stakes winner at that spot. This horse was coming right off of a maiden win. I think it could be closer this time.
Dirt or turf, long or short, Warren's Showtime makes no difference. Let's watch her last race. This is the grade 2 Royal Heroine going a mile, and she's facing some sharp horses, Charmaine's Mia, Dog Tag, and Warren's Showtime just gives her usual rock-solid effort. She popped a 97 buyer. If she runs anything close to that, she's just going to win.
Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, she's just way the horse to beat in here. As opposed to some of the other horses in this race who are also very talented, Dan, you don't really have to worry about the trip with her because if they go fast in front of her, she's going to enjoy that. Just sit back and make one run.
Pulpit Ryder might be a little bit of a sleeper coming from way off of the pace. She won the Solana Beach 3 starts back, a Calbred race, but she beat Mucho Unusual, a horse that's really acquitted herself against open company. She came from dead last and just got up late to win that race. Last time out in the Irish O'Brien, you have to think she was just prepping, sprinting off the long layoff. She's going to come running late here.
Yeah, she is. She's a horse who I don't think you should necessarily sleep on. And she'll, has a similar profile, I guess, to Warren Showtime, but it's going to be a better price in this race.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the Fran's Valentine. Warren's Showtime is the horse to beat. The key is how fast will they go early? If they don't go that fast and Lofty actually relaxes off the pace, maybe she takes control of this thing turning for home. I want to give her one chance at the distance considering her pedigree going second off the layoff. Bellavita is going to be a nice price. She'll likely be shadowing the pace setters.
Yeah, I thought she could get a good trip in here. I thought she'd be the right price to take a shot with, Dan. I still think we haven't seen her best race yet.
4563 for Mike, 3145 for me. It's the Fran's Valentine, the feature race at Santa Anita on Sunday. Good luck.